Hello, and welcome back to another Friday Favorites. So today we are live and we are doing the live Q&A all about chakras. So if you guys have any questions about chakras, go ahead and drop them in the chat so we can dive deeper into this topic. I do want to say, exciting news. So we're live on Facebook and YouTube right now. And then this week, I just started my first Facebook group. So I included them into the live stream. I will say this is my first time going live in the Facebook group. And I didn't realize, because I'm multi-streaming with YouTube as well, right when I went to go live, it said Facebook group comments won't have their name. So I apologize. I like to always reference who's commenting, what their question is, so I can address you guys and talk to you guys. But again, I'm just learning this process. So we'll see how it works. Worst case scenario, maybe next week I'll just use the profile, but we'll see how it goes. So also, if you guys are watching from YouTube, actually, let me put it in the comments. Okay, 1 second. I was going to say, yeah, because if you guys are, I think it's on my about section. If you guys are watching from YouTube, you guys can definitely go check out my new Facebook group. It's called The Awakening Code. All right, so let's give everybody a couple minutes to tune into the live. Give everybody a couple minutes to drop the questions in the chat. And in the meantime, what I've got to start off today is, let me see, which one is this? Okay, these are heart chakra. Perfect. Okay, so I have some chakra decks. And so I want to really quick, just to start off the live, just pull a chakra card. So I've got these chakra affirmation cards, oracle cards, and tarot cards. So I'll just do a really quick, like, collective pull just on each of them, so we can give everybody a moment to jump in the live. And then, as soon as there's a question ready, we'll be able to address that. But let's see what we got. Let's separate these. So I decided to pull just the heart chakra. So I have like all of these. They're like all of the chakras, but I just kind of felt pulled to the heart chakra today. So I'm going to just grab a card from each of them. We'll just do a quick heart chakra check-in, collective card pull, and then we'll jump in to any chakra questions you guys have. How's everybody doing today? Okay. So why does that feel self-mastery? Okay, let me grab just an affirmation card as well. See, this is what I just said. It says some destinations won't get comments. I'm wondering if that's what I was talking about on the Facebook group. If you guys are watching on the Facebook group and you can't comment, I'm so sorry. Like I said, I just got up the Facebook group and I've never went live in it before. So this is kind of like trial by error. So we'll see how that goes. But I am also live on my profile on Facebook and YouTube. Okay, so we've got Four of Swords starting off. Neelam from YouTube. I am good. How are you doing? So we are doing chakra questions today, Neelam. I'm just starting off with a really quick heart chakra card pull for the collective, and then we're going to do chakra questions. So go ahead and drop that in the chat, Neelam, as soon as you're ready. Okay, so Four of Swords. Okay, interesting enough, if you guys saw my daily card, right? I do the daily cards, and I always do them like a month in advance. So I'll do like the whole month, I'll film them. And so I just randomly, intuitively, like, this card goes here, this card goes here. And I'm like, this is the first, this is the 17th. I don't necessarily decide on, it's not ironically, right? There's no accidents, no coincidences, but a card today is Four of Swords. The daily card said relaxation, and they're talking about like rest, relax, just take it easy. And very funny. I'm wondering if anybody's feeling this, because again, I didn't plan it, but we have the full moon tomorrow. And so the full moon can affect us in a couple ways. Some people get really energized or really tired. I woke up like so lethargic this morning. So when I saw the daily card, I started laughing. I was like, wow, I'm wondering how many other people are feeling tired and groggy today too as well, because that can happen with the full moon energy, and then the daily card. And this is a card of literally rest, relaxation, take it slow. Don't do any heavy lifting, maybe meditate, self-care. So for that card to come out, You guys see I do jumpers. I can't control that. And then along with the daily card. And so I'm just curious if anybody else is feeling that way today. Neelam says, you're fine. Okay, beautiful. Yeah. And then, so let's start with the affirmation card. And so I'm just going to read this for a second. And so the heart chakra affirmation is about compassion and forgiveness, right? Which I think is something we all can constantly work on. Maybe we need to forgive ourselves or others or whatever it is. But it's interesting because the trickery card came out, and that might be who we have to forgive, because when the trickery card came out, I heard mastery, right? And so that self-mastery might need to be about forgiveness and letting it go, because you're the only one still affected by this, so you can move on. Okay, so that's interesting how the cards do kind of like all entangle with each other. But I will read the affirmation. I have compassion for myself and for those around me, right? So it might be self-forgiveness, self-compassion. I let go of anger, resentments, and torments from the past, and I do not give my power away to those involved. Forgiveness is a gift I give to myself, right? Because forgiveness is always for self, right? I feel that I could have done differently in the past, and I remind myself that my response could have been any more involved than it was, could not have been any more involved than it was at the time. I am compassion to those in need, as it shows them that they are not alone. I practice this by listening, sharing, understanding, and being of service. Okay. So that is the heart chakra cards. So I wanted to pull those. Neelam, do you have any chakra questions? Does anybody not know what a chakra is? Maybe I'll start off with that. So chakras, we have 114 of them in our body, and most of them are minor chakras. We have ones that are more major, and I like to focus on the main 7 chakras. And so they start off with the root, which is at like the tail of your spine, and they go all the way up to the crown. Okay. And so they all stand for something different. There are energy centers. They relate to different parts of our body, certain organs. They relate to emotional, physical, mental, spiritual stuff. And so the heart chakra, for example, obviously is where heart center is, about love, compassion, forgiveness, kindness, all of that stuff. But each of them serves its own purpose. Okay. So, and they all have a color as well. So that's just a quick, like, little intro, like really quick intro to what chakras are. Like I said, they're just our energy centers. Akansha, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Were you on the live with me on Tuesday? Akansha, how are we doing? Arathi, hi from YouTube. Hello, hello. If you guys have any chakra questions this week on the live Q&A, we are focusing on chakras. So any question you guys have. Mancy, hello. Hi, how are you doing? Mancy from YouTube, good to have you here. No, you weren't. Okay, well, welcome. Happy to have you here. Let's see. Okay, so Neelam dropped a question. Yes, dear. I want to know which chakra is not working in me in the solution. Oh, okay. So Neelam, I'm not doing, I only grabbed the tarot cards at the beginning just to give everybody a minute to kind of get in on the live, because sometimes it takes a few minutes for people to get in. So I only do the individual personal tarot readings on Tarot Tuesdays. Here I'm asking general questions. So I would have to actually like do a reading for you, or if you're a client, like we could do some energy healing and I could dive into what personal blocks. But I'm not actually doing any one-on-one work today. I'm just answering general questions like, what is a chakra? How do I heal my chakra? How do I balance the chakra? What does the throat chakra stand for? What organ relates with body part relates with the solar plexus? Like general just questions about it. But you can jump on my Tarot Tuesdays and I can pull cards for you then on the question. Let's see. I'm just going through the comments. Okay. Okay, so Akasha Singh, you're asking, yeah, will I be financially independent in 2023? So that would be a tarot reading. Again, I do those on Tuesday. I know most of you, I know you're new, but I know most of you guys know me as the psychic tarot reader, right? Been going live on YouTube, doing the tarot readings every Tuesday for almost a year now. But there's other stuff I do as well, right? And so some of you may not even know, I'm a sound practitioner. I work with vibrational energy, and that does heal on a cellular level. Stuff like singing bowls, shamanic drumming, flutes, gongs, stuff like that, chimes. I also do Reiki. And so it's a type of energy healing that, again, works on the mental, the physical, the spiritual, and the emotional. And then I also do coaching. So I do chakra coaching. We work through any chakra blocks, past life trauma, stuff like that. But the main coaching I do is for people on the awakening path, right? And so whatever may come up on your journey. So I do appreciate your guys' questions, but you guys will have to be on the Tarot Tuesdays for the individual personal questions. Fridays is my Friday favorites, right? So this is all about what you guys want to know. These are your favorite topics. If you guys are from YouTube, you can drop a topic in the comments of what kind of video you want to see. So it's your favorite ideas, your favorite questions, your favorite topics. So on the YouTube side, I do your videos on Friday that you've recommended, that you've suggested, and I'll give you a shout out. But when I don't have the video suggestion, we go live and we do Q&As. Right. So last week the topic was spiritual awakening. So last week we went live and did Q&As on spiritual awakening. This week is chakras. Okay. All right. So I see some more comments. Let me see. Let me just scroll back where I left off. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Monsi. Yes, ma'am. Is anyone coming towards me in a relationship proposal? So Mansi, just join me on Tuesday for Tarot Tuesday and we could answer that. Neelam says, okay, how do I heal the chakras related to finances? Perfect. Great question. I love it. Your root chakra is governed by money. Okay. And so first, I would say you have to identify the block, right? Everybody can finish this statement and you can drop it in the comments. Money is the root of ... And so you could drop in the comments what you think is the root of. Some people say money is the root of all evil. Some people, money solves all of the problems. And so wherever you're on that spectrum of like, money is my savior and I can't live without it and it's the answer to everything, to like, I hate money, like love's more important and it's evil. Everybody falls somewhere into that spectrum. And so first identifying what the block is, right? What the blockage is. And a lot of that usually comes from childhood. And so then you would heal that through the root chakra. There's plenty of stuff you can even do. First, I would say identify the belief system. Then we change the belief system. We do some mind shifting. And then the last thing, right? So then you can get to the money manifestations. But you can only manifest money so far if you don't heal the wound first, right? The wound, right? That's in the root chakra. So that's how I would address that. Okay. Akansha says, please tell me for myself. Please tell me for healing myself. I'm going through a lot of tension. So yeah, like I said, I'm only doing the chakra questions today. You can join on the Tarot Tuesdays for that, Akasha. Arathi Naik, which chakra to heal anxiety to release? Interesting, because it depends on what kind of anxiety, because it can get locked in a few different places. Sometimes we're really overactive in the mind and we overthink things to death, and then it gets us really anxious. And I prepared so much for like nothing, right? I've already thought the conversations. I'm so worried about what's going to happen, and we forget to live in the moment. And you might be too much in the head. So that would be grounding the energy from the crown and the third chakra down to the root. But again, a lot of like mental health issues, like anxiety, depression, that type of stuff can be locked away in the root chakra. So it depends on where the anxiety sits. Some people like can't even be in the chest. Like sometimes you just need to kind of open your heart and face your fears. So each individual person, depending on, is it too much mental and I'm an overthinker? I would say ground the energy down from the upper chakras down. If it's more a mental health thing with depression, I would say it's the root chakra. Work on healing that. Again, if it's a fear of whatever, you have some kind of nerve, I'm nervous to be around others, I'm an introvert, I don't like being in crowds, right? It gives me anxiety. And sometimes it's just opening your heart up and facing the fears. Yeah, That's one of the things in my coaching, right? So if I do ever work with any of you guys or give you an example, like something in the past, if that came up, we would get to the root cause and I'd say, okay, we've got to work on your heart chakra. That's where the big problem is. And so we'd work through all those blocks and we release it. So then we could open the heart chakra, because here's the system I use when I work with my coaching clients. To work with the chakras, you have to heal, cleanse, balance, align, activate, and then open. Right? So if you just go straight to open the chakra that hasn't been healed, balanced, cleansed, or aligned, you're still going to have some blockages, and it might be a little bit of a healing crisis that would happen too soon. And so that's why it's important to start at the beginning, heal, balance, cleanse, align, and then we're ready for activation, and then we're ready to open the heart chakra, right? So that is something I do with my one-on-one clients if you guys are interested. Healing to improve finances. Yeah, like I said, I'm not doing any personal stuff. I'm only doing chakra questions, but I did address that the finances are related with the root chakra. BD Army Girl, hello, welcome back. BD Army Girl from YouTube. How are we doing? Arathi Naik from YouTube says, which chakra to heal and release past life connection? See, and this is okay. I would mostly say, generally speaking, your sacral chakra, because that relates to relationships. But again, it's interesting. That would be the overall. Some stuff still may be locked in the root chakra because you have to go back to the beginning to start over it. If it's a love issue, right, and you're like working on past life stuff with a karmic partner or twin flame, it might be the heart chakra. But I would say the lower chakras, especially the sacral. BD Army Girl says, can I give you a reading? If you join me on Tarot Tuesdays, so Fridays is not a tarot day. We're doing a live Q&A. BD Army Girl about chakras. You're welcome, Neelam from YouTube. Yep, BD Army Girl, just drop that question in on Tuesday and we could do that. Benny Pather, hi, hello, welcome from YouTube. How are we doing? Tanya Banks, what are some great ways to cleanse and unblock the chakras? Beautiful. Tanya Banks from Facebook. Thank you. You're actually a brand new member to the Awakening Code. Welcome. I was going to send you a message earlier, but I just got caught up this morning. So I'll probably message you a little bit later, but so happy to have you in the Awakening Code. You guys missed that at the beginning. I just started a Facebook group. So if you're on YouTube, I have the Awakening Code. If you guys are interested in joining, it's in the About section on my YouTube page. But yeah, that's a great question, Tanya. So what are some great ways to cleanse and unblock the chakras? Okay, so crystals are a great tool. And so since we're just going to work with the 7 main chakras, right? From the root, and it goes up to the crown, like we were saying earlier. So the best way, generally speaking, is, so if I want to work with the root, what crystal would I get? You would get a red crystal. So every chakra has a color. The root is red, so you'd work with red crystals. The sacral is orange, so you'd work with it. Like red would be, you could do like a red agate, carnelian, going up to orange. Well, even orange could be carnelian. You could do yellow for the solar plexus. I had on yellow bracelets earlier. I was like, I had on your yellow turquoise. I switched them. I was about to show you. Yeah, so yellow turquoise would work. Any yellow stones will work for the solar plexus. The heart chakra, any green stones, green aventurine, emerald, jade, stuff like that, zoisite. Blue is the throat chakra. Now, the throat chakra is a lighter blue, so like a turquoise would be really good for that. A blue lace agate. Crystals are a good way. Going up to the third eye, we have purple. It's like a deep indigo, so like amethyst is my go-to. And then the crown, clear quartz is a good one. Amethyst works here too as well. Some people say the crown relates with purple, a very light lilac color. Other do white. I just do white because this is like almost, the indigo is almost a purple. And so even if you could do amethyst for crown or third eye. But if you're using the amethyst for your crown and you want a separate stone, another third eye stone could be lapis lazuli. So again, just think the color. That's the easiest way. I use the color method for like everything. And so like when I'm working on a particular chakra, I will try to eat those colored foods, wear those colored clothes. I use my notebooks are color coded for my chakras, my green ones, about money, and just blue ones, my journaling, my third expression. So a good way to cleanse the chakras, crystals, and working with the colors, right? Okay. BD Army Girl from YouTube says, I'm really struggling with myself. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. She says, but it's okay. Does healing sacral chakra helps to improve relationships? Yes, it absolutely does. So the sacral chakra does govern all of the relationships. It does govern sexuality. It does govern intimacy. So if you have a blockage with a partner, a sibling, a friend, a parent, the sacral chakra definitely governs that. Okay, beautiful. BD Army girls got the message. Tarot Tuesdays. Arathi from YouTube says, meaning the person will walk into life or will meaning the person will walk into life or will the relationship become better? Let me go back up. Which one were you talking about, Arathi? Oh, okay, Arathi. The sacral chakra healing help to improve relationships, meaning the person will walk into life or will the relationship become better? Yeah. Yeah, so any kind of blockages that you have in a relationship, yes, absolutely. The sacral chakra. Tanya Banks says, thank you. Oh, Margaret invited you. Awesome. I know Margaret personally, right? She lives locally. So that's so cool, Tanya. I thought I saw you were from Illinois, like Melrose Park or somewhere a little bit further from me. But I was like, ooh, somebody from Illinois. That's so cool. Okay. BD Army Girl says, ma'am, can you tell me how to open all of my chakras? Well, I'm going to tell you, listen, if you guys have watched my channel before, you guys know I'm blunt, I'm honest, I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm not going to hold things back. Okay. Well, let me tell you real quick about me. So when I went through my Kundalini awakening, I was like, chakras, what are chakras? I want to open them all. And I was trying to like open them all at once, right? Wrong answer. And let me tell you why. Okay. One, as we talked about earlier, you want to heal, cleanse, balance, line, activate, and then open the chakras. Because if you just open a chakra forcefully, which you can, there are ways to do this. There are tools that even assist with it. Some plant medicine stuff do. But you hear about those people, like plant medicine is a great tool to heal. And even psychedelics and stuff, but it's kind of going in the back door of healing instead of the front door. So when you blast open a chakra before it has been healed, balanced, cleansed, aligned, some traumas can come up and it can be a little bit more of a difficult experience. That's why some people are like, wow, I did plant medicine and I didn't have a good experience or I had a bad trip because they weren't ready, right? And so I'm going to advise you not to just open the chakra to start with. And I would work on a heal, cleanse, balance line activation before you get there. But yeah, like I said, backdoor energy, you could definitely, I'm not promoting it. It's out there. It's a tool, right? I think everything used with intention, if you're using it for the right reason, there's definitely, like I'm definitely about like the plant medicine type of stuff to work with the chakras. The third eye is one that I believe it's like, listen, there's no favorite chakras, but it's one of my favorites to work with. To me, if you want to work with that, the best thing I would say is decalcify the pineal gland, because the second you decalcify the pineal gland, your third eye will open. And since you're on YouTube, BD Army Girl, on my playlist there on YouTube, I have on Third Eye Thursdays, I have like 5 videos that talk about how to decalcify the pineal gland. It's like the easiest, fastest way, the most long lasting, where you won't open and close it. And so in each of those videos, I've got like 5 different suggestions of what you can do to open the third eye by decalcifying the pineal gland. So if you do want to work with the third eye, you could check out those videos. But yeah, I would try to, like, let me mention this, right? We were talking about coaching earlier too. So one of the things I do is like the 7-month coaching program, and we go through each chakra for each moon cycle. We spend a whole moon cycle on each chakra, right? We start at the root and the crown. Why do I spend a whole moon cycle, which is about 29, 30 days, so roughly almost a month? Because it takes 21 days to reprogram the subconscious mind or program the subconscious mind. It takes 21 days to make or break a habit, right? But if you just stop at 22, you haven't implemented that effect, right? And so it almost takes 90 days to implement into your life. And so it's enough time to spend on each, address, heal, cleanse, balance, line, activate, and then we can open. And so it gives me enough time when I work with my clients where we can open it correctly. Because I could tell you how to open each chakra and each one will be a little bit different. But again, I would almost be doing you an injustice without knowing you personally, because if you haven't done all that other work and you just open it, it can cause a healing crisis. So that's why I normally do a full moon cycle, 29, 30 days on each chakra. So then when we're at the end of the chakra, right, where your chakras can open in the most natural way. BD Army Girl says, like, any routine for this chakra awakening. So routine, consistency is key with this. What I would say is the best things is yoga, meditation, breath work. Now there are root chakra yoga. There is sacral chakra breath work. There is crown chakra meditations. Each chakra has a different yoga, meditation, and breath work. And interesting enough, that's some of the stuff I do in my coaching program as well. I'll give you guys everything that took me to open my third eye and how I wasn't born psychic. I wasn't born a channeler. This is something I did when I worked up the chakra system. And so the routines are doing the chakra yoga, doing the third eye meditations, doing the root chakra breath work, but like doing them and building the energy up, because you always want to start at the root and then bring it up, right? Okay. So Tanya Banks says, so stones and crystals can just be colors associated, not a particular, sorry, I can't say the word, particular crystal for each chakra. Generally speaking, yes. If you were to ask me root chakra stones, I could probably list off about 7. And so and there's 7 chakras. So instead of listing off like 49 different crystals, I wanted to make it as easy as for you as possible. So the color is the best way to identify them. Now, when you really get into crystals, you'll learn, okay, this one kind of works with both of them, or this one's not quite that. It's interesting, but generally speaking, I would say like 99% correct. Yes, the color relates with the chakra. Okay, Tanya Banks says, yes, I love it. I'm not sure where the excitement was. The message was like 5 minutes ago, but I'll take it. BD Army Girl says, thank you so much. I feel really good after talking with you. Oh, that makes me happy. My eyes were getting a little teary there. Thank you. Oh, that makes me happy. And that's one of the things, like, why I became a coach, is because like when I went through my kundalini awakening, I had nobody there to guide me and teach me this stuff. And so I I'm very logical, masculine energy. And I would stay up till like 6 a.m. Oh no, guys. My computer's about to crash. Oh, I did not charge it. Where's my charger? Give me 2 seconds, guys. If I don't plug this in, I'm about to lose the call. I'm so sorry. I did not realize my laptop is not charged. 2 seconds. I'm coming. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. I'm normally so good about that on Tuesdays. Wait, hold on. Let me plug it in first before I lose you guys. Is that like no percent? If you guys have been with me on Tuesdays, you guys know my lives go like 2-3 hours. So I'm normally like so good at charging it overnight and leaving the charger right there. But we're only like 4 weeks into the live Fridays. So, and like I was saying earlier, I had that grogginess energy this morning. So that was not prepared. My apologies. All right, it's at 10%. Oh, I think we're okay. Okay. All right, what were we talking about? Oh, okay. I was talking about my awakening in the beginning. So I would stay up to like 6, 7, 8 a.m., like researching everything I could. YouTube, books, Google, articles, whatever I could find. And it was almost like a year till, it's probably about a year, till my first like guide came in. And then since then, I've had all these different spiritual awakening facilitators, mentors, coaches, all these people that have helped me. But my whole thing is why I wanted to be a coach is because I wanted to bring it full circle. So when you say thank you so much, I feel really good after talking with you. Like, I didn't have anybody there. And when I went through my kundalini awakening, right, getting thrown out of the matrix and realizing there's this whole other world was the greatest thing that ever happened to me. But I had so many questions and I didn't know who to turn to. And so that's why I bring it full circle. And so now that's why it's my job. They're helping people on the awakening path, whether they just woke up and they're like, well, now what? Like me, who can help me? Jesus, what do I do? Or maybe they're just curious and they feel this pull of spirituality and they don't know why. And they need someone to kind of guide them, right? And others that might even be on the awakening path where there's been a year, 10 years or what. We all get stuck and blocked and kind of lose their way a little bit. And so it's kind of my job to guide them back. And so, yeah, that's why I like that comment. Just, it really touches my heart because this is what I'm here to do. It's like my life purpose. Okay. BD Army Girl says, can I tell you a secret? Absolutely. Tell. You're going to tell the whole world, though. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. I really want to tell you, it's so heavy for me to carry this. Okay. You got to, okay. All right. I hear you. It's hard, especially if it's family, right? Because I've heard that story before. It's like I told mom when I was a kid and they didn't believe me because that was her brother. And so basically, let me talk about this. Sorry, I just wasn't reading it out loud. She's just, for those that are on Facebook, I know you can't see the comment, but she's just sharing an abuse from her childhood from a family member. It says, these things are hurting me so badly. Yeah. So the common story I've heard is, I'm afraid to tell mom or dad because I'm either too scared of my attacker, or they tell mom or dad and they don't believe them because here's what happens. Now so it was your uncle, right? So now mom or dad actually has to believe that their brother is that type of person. And sometimes their egos can't handle that. And so they are in this huge state of denial. They're like, no, you're a kid. You've got made up friends, imagination. You're just making up a story, right? It's not real, because that's easier, a story for them to face, than realize their own flesh and blood did something so traumatic to their kid. And it's, even if they're can be like, okay, well, maybe that happened, it's still sometimes too traumatic to understand my child went through this. And so they develop this coping mechanism, from their shadow, because it's too, whoa, I can't go there. It almost would like crack their identity a little bit, and unfortunately, then it's the child who either doesn't speak out on it or doesn't get the help they need because nobody believes them. So I've definitely heard those type of stories before, and that's stuff that's, you definitely, yeah. So that's not even, it's root chakra and sacral chakra. And what I would say, just from you saying that, it's probably even went into your solar plexus, because that's taken away your power, your drive, your desire, your motivation, your self-will, all that stuff. And then it's obviously even got up, yeah, you almost need a whole chakra cleanse, BD Army Girl, because then your heart hurts. So we've got heart chakra healing and forgiveness. You might lose your power. I'm afraid to speak. Even throat chakra blocks. I would say there's several blocks from that. And so I would start with the roots and go up and work through each chakra to heal that, because each one will probably have its own individual blockages. But that's definitely something, if you're interested in. I do work with my clients on, and I am familiar with this, and we could work on some of this stuff throughout the chakras and release it, because that's the thing. Like, a lot of our physical stuff that happens, or mental or emotional, gets locked into the body, and it's like, oh, I addressed my shadow self and I lost weight. Oh, because that was shadow weight. Oh, I had all these physical illnesses and diseases. Oh, I unlocked them out of the chakra. I'm disease free. And so our body will trap this in. And so knowing the mental block, the physical block, the emotional block, or the spiritual block, right, can free you all around, and you can trace them basically back to their chakras, generally speaking. But yeah, I definitely feel your pain. Thank you for speaking out on it. It takes a lot to be open and vulnerable and talk about that. And it's a healing journey, right? We're always on the healing journey. So addressing it is the first step, and then working on what you need to move forward. So, yeah. Okay. Does anybody else have a chakra question? Ruchi Kumar from YouTube. Hello. Welcome. We are doing chakra questions. Ruchi, if you have one, drop it into the comments. Otherwise, I think we're going to wrap up today's session. I don't see any more comments. So, BD Army Girl says, thank you so much for all this. My pleasure. Thank you. And if you are interested in the coaching, BD Army Girl, you can email me. My email is in all of the YouTube descriptions. Actually, I don't think it's in this one, but I'll add it. It's just astariadream@gmail.com. And we could talk further into this if you want to do any chakra coaching, because it's a chakra clearing. It's basically chakra clearing coaching, but we could work through some of this stuff. If anybody's interested, why don't I just drop my email into the, do that. Okay, yeah. So yeah, if anybody's interested in doing a chakra cleanse coaching, I just dropped my email into the chat. You guys can email me, and I could, we would get on an awakening call, and we will plan the next steps that you need to do your chakra cleanse to see, hey, do we just need to work on the sacral chakra, or do we need, like with BD Army Girl, I would at least work with the first 5 chakras. So we could plan out a good plan for you. But yeah, it'd be a free chakra awakening call. If you guys are interested, you guys can just email me. Yep, it went into, I see it went into the YouTube comments. If it didn't go into the Facebook comments, I'm sorry, guys. I've never been live on the Facebook group. I'll drop it in the regular comments afterwards. I don't see why it's not going over to Facebook, but okay, beautiful, BD Army Girl. You're welcome, Tanya Banks. Ruchi Kumar says, how do cards pick up on energy? So I'm only doing chakra questions today, Ruchi. Okay. All right. So I think that's it. I don't see any other questions in here. So I think we're going to wrap up our live Q&A today. Thank you guys so much for watching. And again, my apologies if you're on the Facebook group and can't comment. I'm going to see what happened with that, and then I might just do the profile next week, but I'll always be live on YouTube. You guys know that. So, all right, my pleasure. You guys have a wonderful week. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and if you guys got anything out of this, you learned anything, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, no matter which platform you're on. This is why I know you got something, learned something, right? If you guys are on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe channel. Don't forget to hit that bell right next to the subscribe button, because I do daily videos and I don't want you guys to miss out on any upcoming messages. That next message just might be the message that you need to hear today. All right, my beautiful souls, be blessed on your chakra awakening journey. Until next week. Oh yeah, next week, Friday, 11:11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be going live again. I'll see you then. Till then, be blessed.